Alrighty, back again. Quick break is done. Let's... Oh, I made the mistake here of opening with a low damage spell and had the misfortune of having my imp summon in front instead of behind me. And it doesn't matter because my second tier damage spell is still making short work of them. How good is my Poison Cloud? It's up to great. I'm willing to drop Poison Magic now and go back to just pure, you know, my actual desired talents. Conjurations and Poison Magic. Or Conjurations and Summonings. I also want to trickle dodging eventually. So when I've turned off some of these skills, I'm going to start trickling dodging. Just so that I'm building some defensive property up at all times. Or not at all times, but at this time. Just really nice positioning on these Poison Clouds. Worked out really nicely for me. Gave me enough room to beat them up and stab them, as well as, you know, the ones who weren't able to reach me just all had to suffer together. You got something rotten? Just drop it. And Pink Potion of Degeneration. -2 to Strength. Temporary, of course. Okay. I find it ironic that snake people, like Naga, have more armor abilities and choices than dragon people. Like, yeah. I mean, when I think which is the more armored, I don't think of a snake. I think of a freaking badass dragon. But there you go. That's the way it pans out. All right, blink frogs are down. New book. New book contains. Yes. The book contains summoning spells. Let's get me a summon butterflies first for the sake of survivability, and actually, none of these are particularly enticing to me. I might take, actually I will take Call Canine Familiar, since at high spell power, like, it's likely to reach for me. This spell can help you see invisible things and fight them with summons. And, Freezing Cloud is shitty, but Poison Arrow is good. So let's go ahead and pick up Poison Arrow too. So definitely don't need any more Poison Magic at this point, so let's go ahead and turn that off. Because it's already very good, so just passively increasing my conjuration should help enough. Okay, so yeah, definitely got some abilities with regards to conjurations, just not everything I want yet. I really want my ice beasts is what I want, but I'm willing to wait for them because they're very valuable to me. You know, I'm wearing an amulet of warding. That may partially explain why what's-his-face, Gastronoc was so ineffective. Okay, so I know where Rupert is. I'm going to walk a few steps away and cast a Poison Cloud in such a place that if he's still there, it will hurt him. Okay, then I'm going to... I forgot to remap my hotkeys. So let's do this then. Let's flood the hallway that he has to walk down. And definitely want to heal away from being confused right now. Poison Arrow him, and that should kill him. Beautiful. Switch Poison Arrow to what my butterflies were on. I use ZF for my Poison Arrow for some reason. I think it's just that it goes in order, you know, ZA, ZB, ZF. Yes, and if you were going to point out that that's not in order at all, you're in fact completely correct. No, let's not do that. Okay, that's a couple takedowns. Another unidentified scroll. Let's read it. It's curse, that's fine. I'll uncurse eventually when I need to switch it up for some reason. I should have plenty of uncurses left. Yeah, at this point there aren't many scrolls that I'm scared of reading. In fact, if you ask me to name one, I'm not even sure what. So, I'll detect curse on this, but... Rage, Dex 1, Int 1. That's all it's got. Versus warding. I don't really care for warding in particular. It's exactly what it sounds like. Well, it's not exactly what it sounds like. It doesn't sound like anything. Warding protects you from summoned enemies, etc. And it's like, Abjuration protects me even better. So it's not exactly a terribly awesome ability for me. Should have guessed that eating that Komodo dragon wasn't going to work out for me. Do I have any higher level summons? I do. Let's keep a couple of them handy before assaulting the Hydra. Kill the Hydra. And go Staff of Poison. Okay, no need. Off we go. Where's that Hydra chunk that I left behind? Wheel Staff of Poison and eat it. Okay, got sick from my troubles. Yeah, eating Hydra's contaminated chunks will do that to you from time to time. Not even gonna fight that fight. This fight I'll fight. Man, my accuracy with that spell is terrible. Let's go ahead and Poison Cloud that because I can only see 2 of them, but presumably there's gonna be a herd nearby. And if you eventually make your way to me, delivering me your meat, that's much appreciated. It seriously looks like a delivery system at that point. You know what? I can smite target, so you're not safe. I am. Alright. Okay, and that's gonna be about as much nutrition as I can milk from the, slain Hydras, or slain Yaks. That was not enough range to get him? Good God, my bad luck. There, that'll do it. Okay. I wonder what that is. Scroll of Acquirement. Awesome. What do I really need to acquire? Wand of Healing is always a nice option, so it'd be nice to get that early. New armor would be cool, because, well, I guess I like my robe currently. Even though it's not perfect, it's good for now. And I do like my new hat. Not perfect, but good for now. And that really doesn't leave much room for a Scroll of Acquirement to help me. Books are always a waste of time when you're a Sith Muna worshiper. Why would you acquire what you're going to get by default? And jewelry, well, there's so much unidentified that they're probably going to send me crap. So I'm going to go with gold right now, because they still have that library worth of books that is available to me, so I know that I can at least potentially make some use of it, if for no other reason than to pick up the Necronomicon. So, or not Necronomicon, the that book thingy that lets me do the thingy where I win the game. And I understand that dragon form actually comes cheaper somehow for dragons to like memorize. Like it doesn't take as much skill or whatever. I don't know how that works exactly, but having the Book of Transfigurations and being able to test that later on may prove useful. Okay, that should have thinned out their herd significantly, so let's actually beat up the strong ones now, and sure enough, there's nothing left once you get rid of the strong ones. I'm gonna actually switch the item of this item slot of this staff so that I can more easily access it. There we go. All of them should be like right by my finger. W, 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 E, W, Q. And you might notice that I'm like barely using my poison sword anymore. That's because I can now deliver poison far more efficiently by other means. I do use it occasionally when there's an enemy that, you know, it's going to work out a whole lot better on. But in general, just dealing direct damage makes more sense. I mean, as my friends like to say, death is the best counterspell. I ought to do you in for an eel. Okay. Oh! Christmas comes early. Because I have... Well, I should open with Mephitic Cloud, I suppose, just to keep the door safe. And then... swaths of poison everywhere. And no, not a drop to drink. Poison Cloud I should really be immune to just on account of the fact that it's a cloud, so I don't have to breathe it in. But I guess I wouldn't want demons applying that a lot. Well, I guess demons are already immune, so yeah, I wouldn't care about that. Yeah, that's just massive, massive damage. Like, that, it's sick how easily I just killed those guys. They were stacked in such a way as to be popped, and I popped them. I'm wasting way more mana on the one that happened to be, you know, at melee range with me than the 30-odd that were here. If you can't pick up everything, let's drop half of your meat rations or more. And let's drop that pear, and let's drop all your honeycombs. And you're still probably carrying way the fuck too much food. And you know, after all of that, I still have too much food on hand, and I'm still, you know, even with this massive quantity of food that I have acquired, I'm still worried about wasting anything. So that just shows you what kind of player I am. I should have an excess of food by the end of it. And I already have a guaranteed access to necromutations, so there's not even like going to be a possibility that this is going to prove useful. Except it's just the kind of player I am. I don't like using items unless I have to. And poison works really well against this guy because he has such a high AC and a really good regenerate. So I do like him being stacked on poisons. Although, at this point, I really should have been using one of those more efficient ways to deliver poison like I talked about earlier. So that Scroll of Enchant Weapon 3 I'm saving because it will be useful to push my dagger beyond the 1-4 cutoff right now. And if I find a treasure trove, it'll prove useful, so, you know, I'm going to leave it be. I'll obviously use it the moment I hit 5-5, or hell, I might even use it sooner on a whim. Oh, that was a mistake. I walked into a plant and in so doing stabbed it, and in so doing caused a lashback of electricity on myself. Standing it off the water while using an electric weapon on the water is really cool. Let's just gas that guy. And because I really want to get through here... Oh, it's a book! Well, I'm glad I figured out what it was. Nothing of note, or rather no spells in there that I really want. I'm going to attack with the dagger in water, despite the risks. Okay, and because you guys are just begging for trouble, let me go ahead and give it to you and make it double. Here comes trouble. Make it double. There we go. Multiple deaths. Pick up a chunk of green flesh. Okay. Now that I've found a book lying underneath a tree that I didn't bother, you know, but for the fact that I happened to notice, I'm just going to take a quick glance for any other buried items. Nope. Down we go. Strange disturbance in the forest. Fine, kill it. Again, notice how the electricity arcs to everything except me, because I was on a non-electric, or non-water tile. Yeah. You may either choose to enter the Mephitic or be poisoned. That's what I like to call a win-win option for me. Okay, down another floor. Elephants. I would rather just face one of them at a time, and it looks like just one of them happens to be following me. So let's poison the entire path that he has to take to reach me. And finish him off with a single poison arrow. That could not have gone better than that. Let's see if I can't do that again. The elephants are gone. Let's go towards the up staircase from this path. Poison cloud should make short work of this array of enemies. Oh, wonder what this is. Cure poison. That's potentially nice to have. How many spell levels do I have? because I haven't found a resist poison yet. Technically, resist poison, I get it mostly for avoiding the poison-based status effects as well as the poison itself. And wasting 2 mana curing poison is often a waste of 2 mana. But what the hey? I'll take it for now. I can easily forget it later because I'm a Sith Muna worshiper and I should have a Scroll of Amnesia, so a bit of both. And this way, if I find myself in another situation similar to the spider nest that I was in before, I'll have options. It looks like the elephant is following me right through the poison, which is great. I'm like singed. Mix, swirl, mix, swirl. For those of you who play League of Legends. For those of you who don't, well, I guess it'll be hard to explain how League of Legends works, so I won't. But basically, one of this character's abilities is to leave a poison trail wherever he walks. And one of his basic strategies is to try to get an opponent to chase him, force an opponent to a lose-lose situation where you have to chase him through his poison. And you just take so much damage over time that by the time you reach him, you know, you're done for. And he's a tanky character, so he'll probably kill you when you do, or not kill you, but you're probably not going to kill him when you do reach him. At least not without fighting for a while standing in poison. Alrighty, that's another down. Nom 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 nom. No. You know, getting through the lair is not impossible or anything. Like, many characters can do it. Heck, getting through the endgame with the right character build isn't... Not the endgame, but yeah, getting to the endgame isn't that impossible with the right character build, with the right abilities. And, you know, on some characters with a little bit of luck, I admit, but... You'd be impressed how far you can get in this game without being lucky. Just by being really good at what you do. Alrighty, on we go. No awesome new scrolls. We should drop a lot of my books, actually. I'm currently carrying a miniature library that I really don't need. I'm gonna go ahead and channel back my mana, because I'm literally holding 4 chunks of food, so there's no reason not to abuse the channeling system. And in so doing, incidentally, I should force my invocation skill to appear, so that I can train it later. I'm just gonna poison arrow this guy direct. I mean, I don't need to deal with him. There we go. Took a bunch, but... There you go. And sure enough, my invocation skill came up like almost immediately. Let's actually bump invocations up to 4. It would have been nice to have a Secundaran's Mystic Blast, but I'm doing just fine with the Stone Throw. Actually, technically a higher DPS spell under the right conditions. Okay, you're getting too cocky. Blink. Channel mana? I think? Okay, blink. Poison arrow. Channel mana. Channel mana. Blink. Hide. Channel. Pummel. Okay, great, he's dead. Let's see if I can't eat him. Whew, that was terrifying. It's not a feel that I'm playing here, you know. The first down is the last down. And it's also a throwaway run, so it's not like, you know, I have a deeper plan for if I die what I'm gonna do or something. It's just run till you're dead. Come on, partly explored, nothing to do. Next floor, final floor actually, so there's going to be at least 1 horde of Death Yaks according to statistics. Let's go ahead and do this, and do this. and just basically start spreading my poison as aggressively as I can. Hopefully that caught more than just those two that I saw, but even if it's just those two that I saw, that was probably the most efficient way to deal with them. This is the freshest meat and a large enough stock that I'm not likely to run out, you know, before it rots. How am I gonna kill him from here? Make sure I've got a dog is what I'm gonna do. Fucking hell. Butterflies, and go ahead and channel me some mana. And butterflies again. So what's butterflies? H. Channel. And the moment he gets into melee range, I'm gonna blink. Blink. In the wrong direction. Okay. I have enough for a poison arrow. It hit. Stab. He's dead. Okay. Near starving, so eat some of that brilliant elephant flesh I should have. And off we go. I see a wall of elephants, so I will give them a wall of poison to trek through. None of them made it. Boo-hoo. So sad. Max out my... Goddamn fire drake. Ironically, that's the model Draconian that's more likely to hit me with the spell that burns a lot of my scrolls than the Fire Drake himself. Just because the Fire Drake doesn't have as many options. Or the model Draconian doesn't have as many options. Same with the Tormentor, incidentally, and how that works. The less options you have, the more likely you are to use the truly deadly ones. Okay, intelligence, death, death, devil, 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 evil, 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 evil song. Let's go ahead and make sure that all the blink frogs are poisoned before they start blinking. And heck, let's go ahead and do one more round of the same. Here I should just be able to stab them off one by one. Yep, new book. How much more do I want to advance conjurations at this point? Am I able to cast my poison arrow reliably? It's my F skill. Very good. So it's not quite reliable yet. I can advance it a little bit more, but really at this point I should consider dropping it. Because pretty soon I'm going to hit the point where the most notable weakness in my plans is my lack of strength. In fact, let's go ahead and put dodging on. And when that happens, I'm going to need to make the full switch to... I'm going to need to make the full switch to Total Summoner. Oh, it's a Basilisk. No, it's a dead Basilisk. Funny how that works. God, there are a lot of elephants on this floor. It's got to be like the third... what, pack of elephants? Trying to think of what a group of elephants is, and I'm pretty sure it's a herd, actually. But I was actually thinking of the Jungle Book to try and, you know, think if they've ever referenced it. And immediately all I'm thinking was, we're a Cracker Jack Brigade. Yeah, pretty sure that's not what they call elephants in a group. So the reason I placed a Poison Cloud there was so that I could force the second one to actually hit him. And I'm pretty sure he went this way, so I can't see it. He's probably dead. Nope, he lived. Now he's dead. So I'm not saying it, but I'm basically using Poison Arrow as an opening spell at this point. Because there's no reason not to use a higher level damaging spell if you're gonna go, go big or go home, right? Oh, don't know how you guys managed to get such a perfect flank on me so fast. I guess you're war dogs, so you've got the speed for it. But you'll find that standing next to me puts you in an aura of mephiticness. Okay. It's more than that, they just visually blend into the surroundings, so I didn't notice them. Again, Poison Arrow, very effective. Poisons things that aren't poisonable. Let's go ahead and channel some mana back and then get some more food. That's the beauty of it. When I have extra chunks, what it means is I can afford to splurge with my channeling mana. Oh, this is perfect. The truly dangerous enemy is cock-blocked by a bunch of weaker enemies. And that allows me to unleash the powers of poison, which probably made him retreat. Nope, he died before he could retreat through the poison. Perfect. All because that crocodile was in his way. Yeah, I could have done like my fancy Mephitic only approach, but really, who cares? Dire Elephant, I should be able to take him out. Let's go ahead and do a double up with this, and then Poison Arrow repeatedly. And just to give him the respect he deserves, let's blink out of his way. I can't afford to eat while I'm adjacent to him. Let's blink again. And again. And you know what? Just because Blink is proving unreliable right now, let's... Not unreliable as a spell, mind you, just as an escape mechanism. Let's flood this area and then get away. He will probably come after me. Unless his poisoning was so thorough that he lost most of his health. Which looks like it was the case, because he didn't come after me. Bummer. I'm gonna have to go and find him again, because I do want to kill him. Yay, the death yaks. You know, there's always a pack of death yaks on, like, the bottom floor, for some reason. And usually they're a lot more dangerous, than now, but this particular game I have the perfect tool for dealing with them, which is Poison Cloud. Smite target, mass hit. Mass kill. All dead. Okay, what's next? Identify my ring. It's useless. Scroll of Enchant Weapon 2. Pretty sure I need that for my Dagger of Elec. Yeah, I do. You know what? I'm not gonna use it. I'm gonna just go and dump it on my pile. Yeah, at this point, I should stop wasting these scrolls of Enchant Weapon. Granted, I probably never will need them, but I would like the flexibility of being able to mass enchant an item that's needed for a treasure trove, since at the end of the day I'm not going to be wielding any of these weapons. I'm probably going to be wielding some artifact I find with good resistances, or a staff. Okay. Strength and edibility. And let's go here poking around for that dire elephant. He's obviously not been through here. There's been too many toadstools growing. Let's go back to his old chamber. This area. Maybe the poison actually killed him. Like the after effects of how much poison he was under. Also, let's take a look for a secret door of some kind, because I know that these last chambers often have that, but I don't know where to look. Do I have magic mapping? I do not. And if I did, it would be a waste anyway. Okay, well, I didn't see anything, so bummer. I would look it up ordinarily, because I feel like that's one of the dumb things, honestly, that they got in Crawl, is that these vaults are secret, because there's no reason why anyone who's doing what the game wants you to in terms of how to play would go looking for it. Okay, options. I can go to the swamp. And probably at least clear it out some, if not get the rune. I think what I'm going to do is pick up a low-level necromancy book and a low-level transmutation spell so that I can start getting necromutation ready. It's actually a little bit early to be doing that, never mind. Yeah, I still need to focus on good summons. I still don't have a bread and butter summon spell that I'm happy with. So, down we go. Just clearing out another floor. I think actually now that I've thought about it for like 10 more seconds, I'm going to go back to the Orcish Mines and see if I can't take out that Orcish Warlord. The only spell that I would really like to have before I attempt that is Dig, so that I can increase the number of allies I can bring with me initially. I feel like if I were to get into a good position versus him and just pelt him with these poisonous arrows, I could potentially take him out easily. Poison Cloud is at excellent, Poison Arrow is at great, so that's great. Okay. He's dead. Are you? I think I'll pick up Animate Skeleton. Again, not any specific intended reason. Just kind of want it. And, oh, wait a minute. I do have a specific reason. That will help me with the with my necromancy training. Yeah, let's just not approach that statue. There's no good reason that I have to yet, so. Okay, still no body to animate. I guess I don't, technically speaking, need a body. I just need to cast the spell, but nope, there's my bodies. Put on repel missiles immediately, because you're gonna wish you had in a moment. And let's go ahead and open with a poison cloud behind them and a mephitic cloud in front of them. Just to make that a win-win for me and a lose-lose for them. And now, to get back some of that food that I've had to burn through in order to pull this off. Literally none of them left corpses. That sucks. I need an extra bread ration, but I am way too greedy. Okay, not that greedy. Let's go ahead and eat all of the second tier foods that I have here. So, all these sultanas gotta go. Okay. Cool. Cool beans. So, they don't have the dig spell yet, and I don't have the dig spell yet, and I really would like that. There's a bunch of wands, but none of them that's gonna help for my purpose. I don't know what this one wand is. Let's identify it. Maybe it's, nope, just a wand of frost. Okay, I could risk it, because if technically if I enter and then blink, I should be fine. And I really want to do the Orcish Mines right now, actually. That's part of my issue. I have enough money that there's stuff that, you know, that if there's something worth buying, it could be there. Am I not allowed to wear shields? No, I'm restricted, so probably I can wear bucklers or something light like that. Huh. And elven bucklers are, you know, fairly easy to come by if you do it right. So yeah, I'm gonna make another pass at this. Let's start off with a canine familiar and make sure it's a good one. I guess I have to give myself space to actually summon in. And make sure I'm not hungry going in. There we go. War Dog. In we go, and literally they start me right back where I left off at melee range. So instant blink. And poison arrow, mass poison arrow, just like we planned. You're in my way, dog. You're literally in my way. Okay. I got off as much damage as I can. I need to just try and stay out of his way long enough for him to die now. Worth the heal wounds here just for security, but yeah, he died. That was pretty awesome. He left behind a flaming battle axe, which I'm sure has nothing to do with him being a flamer. I burned you. Burn. Get it? Burn. Because you have a fire axe? Yeah, anyway. This is retarded. Oh. Poopies. Just summon a goddamn army of skeletons. At least orc skeletons are just orcs, you know? At the end of the day. Let's just get a mass poison off here to kill off what living we can. Okay, let's go upstairs now. We've done a sufficiently large amount of damage. And many of the ones who, when we come back down, will end up having died just from the after effects of all the poison I laid in that room. That's not the right target. That's the target. There you go. I can't self-poison because I don't have poison resist. I cleared the whole lair without poison resist. Remember I used to say that you basically need poison resist to clear the lair, and one of your chief objectives in being in the lair is to locate poison resistance? I still don't have it. I do have Cure Poison, the spell, I suppose, but that's really not the same. Okay. Oh, what am I thinking? Is it Animate Skeleton should be... what's something I'll actually use? V, I guess. I don't usually have this spell. Let's go ahead and wake all these corpses up. That should give me a start on my necromantic leanings. One thing I like about this spell is how it rips the chunks out for you. So it serves as an alternative to having a butchery weapon equipped. Alright. So far so good. Oh, perfect. Now I have enough enemies to make this worthwhile, so let's get cracking. Gas the fucking orcs. Gas them all. Okay, I got smitten several times there, but I smit right back, and my smite is more mighty than your smite. And now, all of you can serve as armies of undead. Because why the hell not? And I can drop all this rotting meat that I don't need. Necromancy is not trained yet. It sucks, but it's getting there, I'm sure. Definitely want to open Poison Arrow against this guy. That way, if somehow he goes invisible on me, he'll still die, and he just dies, which is great. I'm already wearing a useless cloak, so putting on a slightly less useless cloak isn't a big deal. Okay, that's about it. For some reason it looks like they spawned more orcs. And I say spawned because I'm pretty sure I've already searched most of the chamber and there's no way they could have walked. Okay. Okay, auto-explore complete. I think there's actually 2 or 3 ways to come downstairs and a couple ways to go upstairs, so that makes this a very, very good hub floor. Let's Canine Familiar it up before I walk, just in case, and start mass poisoning from a distance. Notice that my allies immediately mauled the nearby ones, forcing them into the poison clouds, which ended up destroying them all. And the smiter had the balls to actually try and chase me in. Give you this, you've got balls. What you don't have is brains. Alright, let's go ahead and eat. And heck, because I still haven't apparently learned necromancy yet, Let's just mass awaken these guys. There you go. Let's hide off to the side. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, Orcish Mines is one of the few places in the game that you'll reliably get a good place to spend your money. And that doesn't mean you'll reliably get a good thing to spend your money on, but, you know, at least you have a spot. I lucked out and I found that bookstore earlier on, and I think I ended up, I don't even remember if I ended up going there or not in order to get the stone arrow. No, I'm pretty sure I got a Sif Muna gift, then that got me the arrow. But I am eventually going to be very grateful that that store gives me Necromutation, you know, the moment I'm ready to start using it. So, that's going to be awesome. Yeah. Okay, awesome. We've cleared this floor. Any other ways down? There is, and that's probably going to be to a new chamber as well, so I should approach it like it's a fresh chamber. And they didn't shrink from giving me an Orcish Warlord on floor 2, so obviously these guys are, you know, taking this seriously. Either that or it's just random number generation. Canine Familiars, a couple of them. In we go. Nope, it's just the same floor. Okay, that leaves several down staircases untapped. Let's tap one of them. I tapped that. Let's open with Mephitic Cloud South and Poison Cloud North. And that should really narrow the playing field down. My only enemies are Psycho. Oh, there's something invisible here. That sucks. Any corpses? Okay. Auto pickup on. Whatever was invisible probably died, and if it didn't, I'll know soon enough and have to come up with a contingency. So far so good. Elven halls are here. Do I dare enter the elven halls so unprepared? Yeah, I think I do. I'm gonna take a peek in the door. If it's a dangerous door, I'll walk right out. If it's a safe door, I'll stick around. It's a dangerous door, but I'll stick around. Because with a little bit of luck, I should be able to do some real damage here. Okay, that's a Hellion. I'm just getting out right now. That summon right there can easily just end my game. I don't care that I've left the dangerous floor behind. In fact, I'm going to just go ahead and mark it as dangerous so that I don't insta-travel there. Actually, that's stupid. That'll make it really hard to get to later on. But, I do need to leave myself a visual warning, so I'll make an incomplete, wall here. Hopefully seeing this will remind me just how much trouble I got into. Okay, up we go. Actually, there's another up staircase, so let's try that one first. And then try the next down staircase. Very systematical. Oh, we're already there, that's why. Let's get some canine familiars. And down we go. If I had taken a full entourage of familiars with maxed out mana, I would actually probably have been in the same boat, because I got hit by a bolt of draining and that dealt most of the damage on me. And then the Hellion, all they had to do was summon it for me to bail. Okay. Looks like this is going to be an easy bottom floor, or easier bottom floor, because I see a lot of ogres, and ogres are not as scary as some other things that can spawn here. Still no need to get cocky yet. I just, look how much poison damage I'm dealing right now. That's just kind of awesome. To me, at least. Can't reach that, but I can do this. Do this. Spend a turn to pick up the book. And channel mana. And Self-Mephitic Cloud is not going to be as valuable right now as that would be. I need to kill this troll immediately, so let's force him back in through there. And maybe another stab. Yeah, I'm preparing to leave at this point. I've dealt way more damage than I minimally needed to. And let's go ahead and Mephitic and take down my last target now. Okay, that was awesome. That was just a phenomenal start. I got tons and tons of kills. I got a book that I don't even know what it is yet. Just from the sheer amount of killing that I did. Throfa, summon Ice Beast! Yay! My favorite mid-level summoning spell. Man, these guys have no ability to stomach bad meat. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I think some races are more resistant than others to bad meat. And these guys are definitely one of the not-so-resistants, just based on how often I'm getting sick. No, I don't want to go through Orc 2. There's no way down from here. And that's 1, 2, 3 upstairs. Okay, so I have to use that same staircase, I guess. In which case, it makes sense to come down fully decked for war. So let's go ahead and mass summon. I don't care how much I'm draining myself in order to do this, because I know what I'm walking into, and it's not pretty. We're gonna have to cast Faraway Poison and Near-Away Poison and Confuse, and then Poison Arrow a couple times to kill the more dangerous of the trolls. Oh Christ, I got Abyssed. This is probably going to cost me the run, but I can at least try to survive, like make a token attempt at surviving. I don't even know what Abyssed me in the end, and I don't really care. Whatever it is, it was too much damage. I have a lot of food stock, so I'm going to go ahead and abuse that fact right now to try and increase my surviving chances. And let's go ahead and switch this to an easy to use letter like C. C is a reserved letter. D. ZD is fine. I want to have an Ice Beast by my side at all times. How good is my spell hunger? Everything except Poison Arrow is naturally hungerless. That's perfect. I can channel. I'm going to be using the channel mana ability as often as needed to keep myself in the game. And this is turn, what? Turn 36373. Let's try to survive till turn 40,000. Yeah, that's a good idea. Just pick a number, that way it doesn't become too monotonous. Whatever method I end up employing to survive. Kill him, by the way. I don't like having a lemur following me and blocking my exits. My mana is still not maxed, but that will fix itself with time. I do have the ability to levitate. I don't have a potion of fastness, and I don't have the ability to speed up myself. Anything here that's worth memorizing while I still can? And I guess summon scorpions potentially is useful, just for the sake of swarming my enemies. No, not gonna do it. I'm using Ice Beasts for now, and I have Butterflies for quick escape. There's really no situation where I would prefer Ice Beasts, especially since so many things here resist poison anyway. I'm a Draconian at level 14. Why can't I fly? You give it to Kenkus at this point. Let's kill the Smoke Demon, please. Okay, good. We have Necromancy now, so let's slow train that. And I guess I'll wait until Conch and Summoning bump up a level before I start taking one of them away. Probably take away Conjurations. Yeah, so without being able to Can I actually make myself fly? Damn, I know I had a book of flight before. I guess I just neglected to memorize flight because it was too many spell levels at the time and then never carried it with me. I guess I also have sticky flame, but I'm so poorly trained in... Okay! Walking around has caused me to randomly teleport. I don't have recall, so I do need to rebuild my army from scratch, but that's not a big deal. Let's get a few ice beasts. 3 is fine. I don't want to be at too low mana either. And I never want to outrun them. I just happened to run into the Abyssal Rune, so that's certainly a plus. Please sick that orange demon and keep him away from me. I'll summon another ice beast. Okay, sick the skull. Actually, I'm gonna have to fight him myself by the looks of it. Let's hopefully I can kill him while he's on the water. Nope. Bail. 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 I'm gonna have to poison arrow that guy. Just to make sure. I'm running low-ish on mana, so I'm gonna channel a couple times. There's no point saving my food and then dying because I don't have mana. That's just retarded. I have so much food waiting for me if I ever make it back to the dungeon. Hide, wander. Let's order. There we go. And now you guys can fight him specifically. I don't care. Just stab him, kill him. Don't even know what that means. I think it means I randomly blink. Unfortunately, I got really badly mutated there. I do have a potion of cure mutation waiting for me at home, so again, no permanent damage done here. All I need to do is get out. There's no way the exit is going to be here by the edge, but the longer I spend in Abyss, the more likely it is that an exit will eventually appear. So, wasting a bunch of turns actually makes sense. Or maybe that only applies to the rune. I don't know. Let's go ahead and make sure that my mana's doing well, and oh lord! Let's bail, and actually throw a Confuse to block my trail. I actually managed to kill one of those pursuers, or both. I'm going to drop Conjurations, as I previously stated, and start trickling Necromancy. I don't have a Transmutation spell yet, so just Necromancy for now, and I'll worry about Necromutation later. This also allows me to eventually branch into the Haunt spell. I'm just going to hide here and recover for a little while. See how much I can get away with in terms of turns. Because this is a reasonable spot to hide and bail. I got decent vision in both directions of everything that's coming to me, and unfortunately what I don't have is reasonable strength to beat everything that comes to me. Let's stab that guy to death, because ultimately I'm more dangerous than my allies. And definitely want to channel a little bit here, because those are some really dangerous enemies. Those are some really dangerous enemies. Okay, looks like I managed to bail again. Let's go. I don't have any allies, and I'm being chased by a superior enemy. This is a good time to just random teleport. Takes a while to kick in, but there we go. Hiding. Ice Beast. Okay. Health is full, mana is full. Almost 37,000 turns. So, I've been here for less than 1,000, but not much less. At least I think that's what it is. Yeah, I should have cut this segment and then started a new segment, but I'm just going to keep it going. So as not to... No, you know what? That's not right here. Cutting this segment in half.